them never came home. More delayed memories. Outgrown clothes, dresses, shoes, jackets, and so forth, sweaters, coats, handed down from the oldest to the youngest, if they lasted that long. By being able to wear each other's clothes saved a lot of money and time. We never minded doing that. Maybe it was the way families lived. I remember how kind and understanding my mother was about everything. She could sense our wants and desires. She always tried to do something about it. I remember so well an incident that I am almost ashamed to admit, but it will emphasize the fact how strong a mother's love and understanding can be, especially a mother of 10 children. I was the 7th child in our family. It wasn't too often that we had something brand new just for ourselves. Here is my story. Hope you will understand. Mother made a new bonnet for me. Hope you know what a bonnet is. It was made of bright red material, had a ruffle all around it. I thought it was so pretty, and I was so proud of it. I took good care of it. One day, an aunt, not my favorite, came for a couple of hours in the afternoon. She lived only 1/2 miles away. The sun was very hot, and she failed to wear a bonnet. I was afraid she might ask for my bonnet to wear home. I didn't want that to happen because I might never get it back. I wanted to hide it in a safe place, so I hid it under the barn. The next day, my daddy and my brother were cleaning in and under the barn, and sure enough, there was my pretty red bonnet. My mother asked no questions, just brushed the dust off and said, "I'm glad you like your bonnet." I think I was about 10 years old. Another thing that comes to my mind is how my mother and 2 older sisters cooked food and carried to neighbors if they were sick or needed help in any way. Birth and death. Family members. Father, Wesley Taylor Hammack, born February 15, 1870. Died January 2, 1924. Mother, Rosalie Sargent Hammack, born December 15, 1874. Died, unknown date, 1933. In 1933. William Taylor Hammack, born December 17, 1892. Died 1977. James Leroy Hammack, born July 28, 1894. Died January 3, 1968. Hannah Exene Hammack, born February 11, 1896. Died May the 3rd, 1970. George Wallace Hammack, born March the 31st, 1898. Died 1969. Geraldine Cleveland Hammack, born August the 9th, 1901. Died in January 1988. Elizabeth Ethel Hammack, born January 17, 1904. Died May 13, 1939. Laura Ellen Hammack, born April 3, 1906. Warren Alexander Hammack, born August 7, 1908. Stella Lucille Hammack, born August 26, 1910. Died March 1978. Rex Loy Hammack, born November 30, 1912. Died 1988. Bessie Merle Hammack, born May 23, 1915. Died October 31, 1919. Military record. Wallace Hammack, World War I, Cavalry Division, brother. Taylor Hammack, Jr., World War II, Navy, nephew. Billy Hammack, World War II, nephew, Air Force. F.M. Fulbright, nephew, Air Force, World War II. Wes Hammack, nephew, World War II, Air Force. Roy Hammack, nephew, World War II, Navy. Went down with his ship just off the coast of Iwo Jima. Hammack Sackwell, nephew, Navy, World War II. Was taken captive at Corregidor, prisoner of Japanese for 4 years. Died. Question. Bobby Sackwell, nephew, Navy, following World War II. Roy Hammack, nephew, Air Force, post-World War II. Rex Hammack, brother, Navy, World War II. Melvin Clemens, brother-in-law, Army, 36th Division, World War II, was killed in France. Again, I repeat this statement. Time takes all but memories. Again, I repeat, I remember. Our old farmhouse, our old farm place, what happened to it and the world around it with all its memories. 4 years before my father died, he sold the place to a family living in Waco. We continued living there as renters until he died, and the present crop was gathered. The owner had decided to turn the place into a cattle ranch, so my mother bought a place 8 miles away from where we were living. It was the only home we had ever known. There were 30 acres of land, a big house, a big barn, a deep water well, and other necessities for making it a home. My mother purchased all this for $1,500, part of my father's insurance money. By that time, there were only 4 of us children living at home. Others had married and had homes of their own, but never so far away they couldn't come home in a short while, and they did often. As time passed, my sister and I finished our high school education, attended Baylor University, and began our teaching career. My brother, just 2 years younger than myself, began work at Hamilton Hospital. My youngest brother joined the Forest Ranger, which kept him long distances from home. Mother couldn't live alone, so she sold that place, lived in an apartment in Hamilton, where my sister was a nurse in the Hamilton Hospital. My mother had an easy life, and she was happy. Her 7-year-old grandson, F.M., spent much of his time with her when he wasn't in school. They both liked that. His greatest joy was to stop by an ice cream place on his way home from school, buy a pint of ice cream, stop by Granny's, and the two of them talked and laughed while they enjoyed the ice cream. Mother died in 1933. Thus I close the foregoing chapters about my home, my parents, and us children. Sorry, but I've thought of a few more things that had a bearing on my life. No locks on doorknobs, not necessary. Neighbors helped neighbors. Could walk through darkness at night without fear. No drinks, no drugs, no smoking, except grown-up men. They mainly smoked pipes. Not often or easy to smoke a pipe or cigarette and work in the field at the same time. Those who smoked cigarettes rolled their own. Girls or women never wore pants except to work in the field. Then it was overalls. Only one doctor in Ireland. House calls were made by horse and buggy. No paved roads any place. Nearest hospital was 30 miles away. David, Here are some present-day